On the last video, we did an overnight sail from Savannah, Georgia, all the way to Jacksonville and brought the sailboat home. Goodbye, Bull River Marina in Savannah. It's been nice. It's overcast and it's going to be blowing out there. Now, one thing I noticed was that I kept hearing the bilge pump going off. I went below and I found that we're taking on water. Definitely not getting much rest, and I was hoping that I could lay down and take a couple of naps, because this is an all-nighter. I'm going to try to get a little bit of rest out here in the cockpit. 4 a.m. I just pulled in to the inlet here, Jacksonville, and that giant ship over there just passed me. Oh, all right, well, we're at our final destination for a while anyway. You know what that water means pouring out the side. No, it's not the bilge working again. It's actually the air conditioner working. I finally got the cooling water to come in, and that was what was keeping it from working. So just a little matter of putting in the right O-ring into the sea strainer. Now it's working fine. All right, so I've been on this new dock for a couple of weeks now, and I've been in a mad hustle to try to prep the boat to go on a longer trip down south, hopefully the Keys, but it's starting to look a little difficult to actually get it done. And the more I do, the more I find. So one of the things that I did want to have going is the refrigerator, and I've got the thermostat pulled apart right now, but it was gurgling, and I realized that it was basically out of coolant. Figured there was probably a leak in there somewhere, but I went ahead and charged the system back up, got it running, and it ran really well. I couldn't keep it running very long because the cooling fan on the compressor wasn't working, so it was going to overheat, so I turned it off, ordered a new cooling fan. So I installed the new fan. This is the unit. It's tiny. Look at my hand. It's like, it's a tiny little unit, but it wouldn't kick on after I put that fan on. I thought maybe I did something there, but it isn't the fan. What had happened is this thing connects the thermostat with like a regular phone jack, a little RJ jack, which is absolutely asinine. This is a marine environment. You don't want this kind of crap in here. So anyway, I'm going to bypass this, because apparently what happened is I shoved on it, I guess, and broke it when I was doing all the other work. And so I'm going to bypass this and connect directly into the control module over here. I'm going to go ahead and make that change, and fingers crossed that'll be this. I got the air conditioner running good. This will be running. The next step is going to be a bimini top / solar panel mounting array and batteries. At that point, I should be ready. I'll have everything I need, but a lot of work. And this does not look like original. I'll leave a little bit just in case. Let's see if this thing will strip it. Yeah, it worked good. I've had this little stripper for like 30 years. In fact, it broke at one point, and I replaced the little band that actually gives it friction with an old jigsaw blade. You can see the little teeth on it. All right, so now I need to go with yellow and green, and I need to put spade terminals on these. Okay, I made the bypass and connected the wires, but the fan's not running. Thank God all this is DC and I don't have to worry about getting zapped. It turned out to be a simple fix. I had screwed it up and reversed the polarity. Well, now that I got those two things working, I need to be able to get in and out of this lazarette in the back. And one of the nice things about this boat is it came with this folding wheel. Allows you to just fold it up out of the way of being able to walk around. So nice. And down here, our little refrigerator unit is working great. The fan is blowing. This guy's humming away. It's not getting hot. So that means we have got frost, baby. All right, all the way up. Time to fill that with drinks. After a couple of hours with drinks in there, I noticed that the frost wasn't really covering the entire box. So I had to go down and charge it again.
This isn't something I'm very familiar with, and I didn't really realize that as the system stabilized, the pressure would go down. So I had to do this a couple of times to get it to stabilize. But the reality is, it was leaking out. So until I find the leak, this project is on hold. So our next project is a little more straightforward, a little less technical. Just got to get rid of this old Raymarine Chartplotter and put the new one in. Now we have a bit of a dilemma of having too big of a hole for the new one. So my plan is to cover this whole face with some white polycarbonate sheet, and probably going to be a little whiter than the original, but it'll have to do. And I used the original cover as a template, made it easy, and then I moved the lines in about an inch, so it would be a little smaller than it. And then I used a bottle cap to get those corner radiuses. And it's just a matter of getting it cut out. Now, I did cover up the cockpit drains, so I wouldn't end up with a bunch of this plastic in there, or any of the plastic going out into the river. Well, since the weather really got pretty doggone ugly, I decided to go ahead and go inside and finish the work in here. That's what it looks like. Not too bad, considering it's a lot cheaper than buying a $400 instrument pod. Alright, that's what it looks like now. I think it came out pretty sharp. I'm liking it. This job's done. Before I bought the boat, the former owner's niece had been living on the boat
And had allowed the blackwater tank to overfill. Luckily it was all urine because she was using the... Anyway, I won't get into it. But it smelled like a New York City elevator. It was pretty nasty. I've been chasing that smell and have torn apart the head here. Opening up this back here, taking out this thing that was mounted in here, spraying everything with this urine remover, smell killer kind of thing. But what I was chasing was this. This is a carbon filter for the actual vent from the tank. It just is there to allow air in and out. I want to replace it because I'm afraid that it got kind of swamped with yuck. I'm pretty proud of this little design. It's really simple. The one that's already installed in the boat, those things can run well over $100, and this cost me like $30 to build. And it's really simple and ingenious. No glues, no nothing. This is a low pressure side, sort of a drain coupler, so the ends both come off. And on the inside, I just stuffed some activated charcoal filters. They're used for aquariums and that kind of thing, but it's exactly what the other thing has in them. I've got some breathable foam on the ends, and then this end is just a 2-inch end with pipe thread in it, 3/4 inch pipe thread. In the possibility that this thing gets wet again, I can always pull it apart, put a new charcoal packet in there, and it only cost me like $12 for 3 of those things. So I have a bunch, I have 2 of them, I guess, laying around somewhere. And this just tightens up and you're ready to go. I just need to make one alteration over there because the hose coming from the tank is not going to be long enough. This is our tank. That's the vent. Now I did empty the tank completely. I also ran a bunch of water into it and ran the macerator pump and just exchanged water out. All right, so you can see how big this doggone thing is. All right, now I'm just gonna measure this hose and we'll run to, I guess, Worst Marine to get it, because I think Home Depot is a little too far. Got the hose and a sandwich from Publix. And yes, I washed my hand. This up into the head, behind the head, think of however you want to think of it. That's on the hose. All right, now I'm just gonna tie wrap this back to the hose back here, and hopefully be able to turn it with the screwdriver. All right, back to square one. It smells pretty fresh. Get back to you when we start on the next project.